You are the only thing that matters in this state. Democracy is not just the right to vote, it's the right to live in dignity. And right now, we are not able to live in dignity because we are lacking a few things in this state. Can you hear me okay? Okay. All right. We are lacking health care in this state. We are lacking public education in this state. We are lacking libraries in this state. We are lacking people who come to this building who care about the people in this state. And when we talk about dignity, there's something every one of you should know, especially if you look like me. You need to be standing in front of your neighbors who don't look like you. Okay? There is no room in this country for reforming ICE. The only thing we can do is abolish ICE. Use your privilege, friends. Oh, thank you. I'd have stepped on him. Missouri is something called a laboratory of autocracy. They came to our state. Can you hear me? There we go. They came to our state. They threw spaghetti at the wall. They tried to see what stick, and then they took it nationwide. If you want to know what the people in government and in power in D.C. want, come to places in rural Missouri. You will find out real quick what they want. They don't want your kids educated, do they? And you know this because over 30% of our schools are running a 4-day week. They can't keep teachers, right? We are 49th in pay for starting teachers. We are 48th in educational funding. And I talked to my state senator about that, and he said, well, I guess we've always been kind of low. How many of you remember when we cared about education in this state? We don't have to live this way. Our children don't have to live this way. Our grandchildren deserve funded schools. And when we talk about what's going on in Missouri, these people in this house behind you are giving your tax money away to private religious schools while they are defunding your public schools, right? You go into any rural area in this state, you can give someone like me 20 vouchers. What's it matter? The closest religious school is 56 miles away. And by the way, I'm not Catholic, right? This is a problem. Thank you. Another one? All right. I could probably do it without a mic, but that's okay. Friends, you know what's coming up in November. They can't win without cheating. And you just heard the pedophile in chief say that, didn't you? Right? You heard him say they're going to try to scrub the rolls. Where are they going to start? States like Missouri. Your Secretary of State said he wouldn't give your information to the federal government. And guess what he did? He gave your information to the federal government because you can't trust these people. They'll lie to your face, right? That's exactly what Denny Hoskins is doing. If he can't lie to your face, if he can't take away your ballot, he's going to make the language on the ballot so unbelievably confusing that you don't know what to do, right? Well, I'll tell you how I'm going to vote on November 4th. I'm voting for Democrats down the ballot, okay? I'm voting yes on 1. I'm voting yes on 2. I'm voting no on 4. I'm voting no on 5, right? Amendment 4 will strip away your voice. The lies they're telling people is that this will hurt rural America if we don't pass it. That's not true, because in this state, one person, one vote, right? One person, one vote. That's why we're voting no on Amendment 4. They want minority rule. Amendment 5 will decimate this state. You think the schools are bad now? Wait until they're $1.6 billion short, right? That's what that will do. Our small businesses will suffer because I don't know if you know this, there may be some geography teachers out here. Missouri's bordered by 8 states. If I need a new set of tires and they're going to charge me $300 more, I can head to Iowa for $300 less. Where am I going, right? They don't care about small businesses. They don't care about the schools. They don't care about the roads. They don't care about libraries, police, or fire. They care about putting money in the pockets of their wealthy donors. And that's it, friends. Mike Kehoe works for his wealthy donors. It is corruption in the open, just like Donald Trump, right? Just like Donald Trump. Outright corruptions. That man has made billions of dollars off of the presidency, right? Jimmy Carter sold his peanut farm to be our president, right? They don't care, friends. They're going to do it out in the open. You know why? We're still fighting the Confederates, aren't we? These are the same people that we have been fighting for 200 years. They haven't given up. You know why? Because they weren't punished. You know who else wasn't punished? January 6ers and Donald Trump. We are well over a year into this presidency. Where are your low grocery prices? Where's your low gas prices? Where's your health care? Where's your $5,000 Doge check? Y'all get that yet? I'm waiting. Where's your affordable housing? Where are the men who are in the Epstein files who are supposed to be in jail right now? The Republicans are really good at one thing, and that's the blame game, making you blame somebody else for your trouble. And I'm here to tell you, not one immigrant is in charge of what has happened to you. Not one trans person has made your life more difficult. Not one school child has done anything to your life. There is no one else to blame except for the people who are in power. And who is in power? In Missouri, it has been the GOP for 22 years, right? When they say they got a spending problem, who's got a spending problem? You got a spending problem. When they say we have a public school problem, who's got a public school problem? Who's been in charge of DESE for 22 years, right? They are to blame. When you talk to someone and they say, well, the Democrats, excuse me, what Democrats? Are they in the room with us? How could they have hurt you? They're not in charge. It's been the same party for 22 years. I want to be proud of my state, don't you? I want to be proud of Missouri. I want to be what we once were, the bellwether state where people were welcome and they could come to this beautiful state and live in harmony with their neighbors and with nature. But we can't do that right now until these people are out of power. I want to leave you with a couple things, friends. When they talk about being the pro-life party, they're not. You are. And this is why. Because you believe in taking care of children. You believe in giving them health care. You believe in making sure they're educated. You believe in making sure their parents have a livable wage and affordable housing. You are the pro-life party. Resist the apathy that comes with us. The reason they gerrymander is because they want you to think your vote doesn't count, but it does. If it didn't count, they wouldn't be trying to take it away from you. Resist the fatigue. Resist the tyranny. Resist the temptation to look away. Thank you for being here on a Saturday in the heat to stand up against the tyranny that's happening every day in that house behind you. You'll have a lot of people that will look at you and people like me and say this: if you don't like it, leave it. No way. This is my state too. It's your state too. It's worth fighting for. No on 4, no on 5. Democrats down the ballot. Show up and vote. Take a friend with you. Thank you, friends.